This is the American Rebellion. My name's Jerry. How y'all doing? We're here with Matt and Nikki K, or Natty K and Nikki Young. I don't know, two other fucking guys. I don't know. Apparently. I can't remember their names.
One of those.
Yeah, or maybe they're just one guy and I'm making them into two because I'm fucking out of my mind. But they're here, so that's good.
Figment of Jerry's imagination.
Yeah, all this is a figment of my imagination. No, nobody can have this kind of sense of humor. So we got Nick Young is in the comments and Daniel Rio is here. All right. So Matt, how you doing?
Well, I'm still here. There's a lot of people I know are dropping like flies. But, see what happens.
We've decided that Matt's going to live till he's 137 in an iron lung, smoking a cigarette at the rehab. You find that. Probably making fun of everybody outside.
Rehab's for quitters. I ain't no quitter.
Okay. Del Kovacs is here. Hello. Oh, Nita's here. Hello, Nita. Nick, how you doing?
I'm not as worried as Matt. Let me tell you that much. I guess I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Although I did get like some real bad road rage on the way home. So I'm almost home, and there's this jackass in this big truck, a big Ford black truck, come up, rolling up behind me, and I'm following cars. Well, he starts turning on, blue flashing lights. So I'm guessing, well, he's a volunteer fireman or something. So why don't he just fucking go around? So I pull off the road, and so does the car in front of me. This motherfucker pulls behind me. What the fuck is he doing? So then I look in my mirror, and he's waving me ahead. He said, like, go. So I start to go, so the car in front of me says, fuck it, I'm going to. But he continues that nonsense until we get to the Ford lane. So then I'm like, okay, he can pass us up. But no, he doesn't do it. He continues to do the shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? So I get in the other lane, and the car in front of me gets in the other lane, and the fucker gets behind me again. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm pissed off at this point. I'm cussing and everything. Flipping him off and shit. Well, I pull back over to the right, and he catches up with that other car and pulls that car over. So I don't know what this fucking jackass was doing, because he started with a siren and everything. Good luck to that motherfucker in that car in front of me. I don't know what the hell he's up to.
You should have called 911 and said, is this a vehicle of a police officer, and give him the goddamn license?
I'm thinking he knew the person in the vehicle in front of me, and that person just didn't recognize the vehicle or something.
Okay, let's see. Daniel Real says he's just existing. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's how I feel. Jolene is here. Larry Estes, how are you? Faku Frackenbooker. Or Fakau.
I'll pronounce it for you.
Fakau Frackenbooker?
Frackenbooker.
What is it?
It's Dave. Fuck off. You have to think about it.
Fuck off Frackenbooker.
Yeah.
I was.
Dave.
Yeah, I figured that immediately. Actually,
he figured out his issue with his other accounts. He's getting limited as to who he can post on.
Yeah. Well,
because aliens are fucking with him.
I don't know. Okay. Fakar Frackenbooker. All right. He's just sitting in his house with a snake, thinking that's the funniest thing in the world. So about tomorrow, what is tomorrow?
Tuesday?
Tomorrow's the 19th. What is tomorrow, Daniel? I might as well start it. Tomorrow is the 19th. I told you you'd think that shit was funny.
You're talking about the inauguration? That's the 20th. That's
Yeah.
Wednesday, right?
That's 2 days from now. Tuesday. Where the end of the country
Tomorrow's
starts.
the prior day.
Yeah, I thought it.
don't
No,
know.
tomorrow's the eve where all the lefties are going to be with tears in their eyes thinking they saved the country. I have to tell you something. There is no point in reading the news anymore. I don't care where it is, what site it is. It's all either complete and utter bullshit or it's just bad shit. Everybody hates Trump. They want him in jail. They blah blah blah. They're gonna try to impeach him after he's out of fucking office. It's ridiculous.
I read something pretty damn funny today. A commenter on one of these, liberal Yahoo posts, and one of the commenters says, "Wouldn't it be funny if the morning of the 20th, before noon, Trump resigns, and then Pence becomes president? He then pardons Trump. Not that he needs to, because Trump didn't do shit. And then Pence resigns, and it puts Nancy Pelosi as president. She has to fucking resign from Congress, and then she's got to give it up to Biden an hour later. So she's out the fucking government whatsoever at that point.
Larry,
That would be hilarious.
yeah, that would, but it's not going to happen. Just like what Larry Estes says here, it's not going to happen, buddy. Listen to me. Everybody's got to quit. A friend of hers is supposed to know things. Really? After people on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they all think they know something. Let me ask you, everybody, a question. Of all this shit, up to and including Q, with all his trust the plan, how much of it's been true? How much of it has really come true to life? And when I say that, I mean, who has gone to jail for breaking the law, being a fucking dickhead, any of that crap? Who? Answer's nobody. All these fucking people that everybody hangs on every goddamn word, all right, are full of shit. Okay. First, he expected the House to save us by their objections, and then the Senate, okay, and then Pence. And then there was going to be martial law and emergency broadcasts, and there was supposed to be, mass arrests in almost every country in the United States. The House, the Senate, governors are supposed to get arrested. Tell me what has happened. Absolutely none of it. So this is my advice, and you do what you want, as always. Stop listening to these fucking people. I mean, well, for the longest time, it was Q. And what did that get anybody? It got a few people a brand to explain it to everybody because nobody could understand it. But what has it done? And every time it doesn't come true, they tell us another date to wait for.
I've seen even more insane things. Pictures, you know how they're putting up more fences around the White House and all that shit.
Yeah.
But they're putting them up backwards with the support posts on the outside, so you can get a foothold, and they put it up backwards on purpose so people could get over it. It's like, come on, man.
I got news for you. People are grasping at straws. Some of them mean well. Most of them are just out for themselves, people. Makes them feel important. Listen, I suspect I know the answer to all these problems. I'm just not going to advocate for it. I don't care what you think of me or my supposed courage or any of that other bullshit. I don't care. I thought about it for 2 days. There's really nothing else we can do except one thing, and I'm not advocating for that. That's for sure. Destiny Paris is here. Hello, Destiny. Most of these people on Facebook are making money off their videos. Those who are not are collecting money through PayPal and what's the other, Patreon, and a few other places. Some are dumb enough to do it for free, like me, Matt, and Nick, because nobody wants to pay us. But then you got to look at the content. Are they telling you this is happening? This is happening. Here we go. Here we go. Get ready. Bye. Or are they telling you the truth? Look, when you start watching people, there are people out there to tell their unabashed truth, whatever they think that may be. They're not always right, but they're right a lot more than people like us are right a lot more than the ones out there screaming like you and the rest of these fucking idiots that are all these internet heroes. So I wish I had a better answer for you on what to do. I don't.
Now, what is this? There's a massive caravan on its way because Joe is not going to, turn any asylum seekers away.
Actually,
all this.
They've been stopped.
One come the fuck all now.
They've been stopped at the Guatemalan border, I believe. And Joe has apparently, and I just read this on Breitbart, I think it was, told them not to come because they ain't getting in. Now, who knows?
For now.
Yeah. They're not
Don't
getting
do it now. Wait.
Yeah, they're probably not getting in
Not
till
till after Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Damn it.
They're not going to get in till they're able to get here. Then they'll get in. So, but that was the story. I don't know what to believe anymore. The fact that we had a corrupt election like a third world banana republic. The fact that a guy who didn't campaign or was very rarely seen won with more votes than Obama got. All the hype from the lawyers of Trump saying this, that, and like Rudy Giuliani and that woman he had with the Kraken and all that bullshit, which turned out to be nothing. The only thing that wasn't surprising is who jumped ship first, which was McConnell. I don't know. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to live my life the way I see fit. I'm not going to much give a shit what people think is right or wrong. I'm going to worry about what I think is right or wrong. And I guess that's how I'll live till I die. You all can do whatever you want. I cannot fight the government by myself. Uh, the only thing I can do is keep living the way I see fit as an American. I don't know what anybody else.
Same here.
You know, things are about to get bad again economically. Taxes are going up. The illegal problem, which never really calmed down that much, is going to start up again. And quite frankly, I'm disappointed in Trump's presidency for one reason, because when he went into there, knowing how everybody hated him, he did not clean house and put better people in there. Larry Burns from Canada's
Think
here.
you
How you
can
doing,
find
man?
fucking better people.
I don't know. There's got to be. There's got to be better than career uh, lawyers and career politicians and career. I mean, how does he not have naked pictures of everybody in the House and Senate to where he can use it against them? How the fuck they? I mean, come on. I mean, well, how everybody says, well, his presidency, took the blanket off of all the corruption. Did we not know it was there in the first place? What new players are there that we didn't know about before? We knew about the FBI, we knew about the IRS, we knew about the House, we knew about the Senate. Pretty much every government agency in this country. We knew about, voting that was corrupted. What else do you need to know? I knew Russia was bullshit the day he got elected. So did Matt. So did most of you. We all knew it was bullshit. They send out this thing and everybody acts like that's big news. It's not big news. We already knew it. It's kind of like Benghazi. We know what happened. Obama and Hillary ignored it. People died, including the U.S. ambassador, 2 Marines, and a Navy guy. They died because our country left them out to hanging out in the wind. We knew what happened. At some point, you got to realize that Trump fucked up. He'd be president today had he cleaned house. He kept trying to work with the Democrats. He wasted a lot of time doing that. He did a lot of good things, there's no doubt. Still one of the best presidents of my lifetime. But what's going to happen? Most of it he did by executive order. The tax break that he gave everybody through the House and Senate is not forever. He wanted to make it forever. He didn't. He couldn't. And then let's go to the American people who gave the House back to the fucking Democrats, which crippled his entire presidency. And the Republicans are all, and all the conservative media is all, oh, but we almost got it back. We have more power now. No, you don't. You're still in a minority, and you're going to lose every fucking vote. And people are believing this shit like it's some kind of win. We got our ass kicked illegally. And nobody cares, neither side. Neither side cares.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's just the way it is, nobody. You still got fucking Swalwell boning the Chinese spy, and he's still, in office, carrying on all his committees. What do you need to know before somebody does anything about it? We know everything. They don't do fucking dick about anything.
The only thing Trump gave us in the end was hope. And, I mean, yeah. Hope is very fleeting. There's going to have to be a lot of changes before I ever vote again. There's no point in voting. Voting don't count. I've been arguing that voting counts for 5 or 6 years while doing these stupid videos. I'm at the point now where I'm agreeing with these morons that scream voting. It doesn't. If they're going to just steal it, what's the point?
Hey, well, if nobody voted, then could anybody win? You have 0 voter turnout. That means it stays the same. Right?
Yeah,
No
it's
winner.
nice pipe dream, but it'll never
Oh.
happen. Never any more than a tax revolt would ever happen. Because you really want to hurt the government. I said this 5 years ago. Stop paying taxes. Have a tax revolt. They can't arrest all of us. I mean, does anybody here? I didn't even
Well,
get.
just like California, they say that they paid out over $10 billion in fraudulent unemployment claims during the COVID shit.
Yep.
So it's like, hell, there's going to be millions of people filing fraudulent claims. They ain't never going to catch me. You know, there's power in numbers. You know what I mean?
True.
Well,
Funny how they can't catch that. But boy, don't pay $10 in taxes. I bet they get your ass.
there's a lot of things we could do, not necessarily legal, like a tax revolt, stuff like that. They actually did in the Revolutionary War, but it's not going to happen. I'll tell you the one thing that absolutely has to happen before anything gets better. Both the left and the right, and I'm talking about the people in the streets, need to come together and realize that our number one enemy is not each other, it's them. Now, does anyone believe that's going to happen? Who is going to be the 1 or 5 or 3 or 10 people that are going to get together and say, enough is enough? But you want to know why? Because nobody wants to listen. Because the left, the real left, not the fucking ultra liberal left, the real left and the real right agree on a lot of things. Okay? We do. Trump has always looked like he was losing right before he wins. Well, you keep that thought up while he's sitting at Mar-a-Lago and Joe Biden's still the president. Okay? Before this is all over, we, the taxpayers, will wind up paying for New York and other failing cities. We already are. The last stimulus, they sent hundreds of millions of dollars in New York.
And Biden wants to do it again.
Mm-hmm. And I still
He's
have.
got like $305 billion in this current 1.9 trillion plan to help federal workers who have never been out of a goddamn job this time. They're still getting paid this whole time, but he wants to supplement their income. What? Jeez.
Well, I still haven't. We're not getting a stimulus check apparently. We're here. I don't know if anybody else hasn't gotten theirs, but I ain't got mine, and I'm not gonna. I had actually fill out taxes the other day
How
just
do you know if you're going to get one or not?
because that shit was supposed to be out by the 15th. That's it. And it is now the 19th tomorrow. So. Can anyone explain to me why someone that's getting a check for disability is also getting a stimulus check? I don't see where they had any loss of income. I'll tell you what, there, Lair. Try living on a disability check when you're done paying the bills, you got about $200 fucking dollars left. Try it. To live the rest of the fucking month. Try it. Once we have agency and dignity about the way we are living our lives, we understand our role. That is when we can move together to make sure our species has a healthy place to live. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. The best you can do
I
is,
don't even know what that means.
I don't either, but the best you can do is worry about your own life and the people inside your four walls of your own house. That's the best you can do. And just because I won't be voting anymore, I'm not advocating no one else does. You believe in that shit, go ahead and do it. I don't believe in it anymore. I don't believe in the system anymore. I think our system sucks. I don't just think it sucks for me or you. I think it sucks for every American citizen in this country. Everyone.
Well, they have finally succeeded in to manipulate it in any which way they want to. They've been trying to do this for fucking 50, 60 years, but now they have succeeded.
Yep. And they did it right in front of us. They did it right
Well,
before our
back
eyes.
like in the 20s and 30s, they paid people to vote. You know, that was illegal. That's why bars were never open on election days. And, you know, I'll buy you drinks all day long if you go vote for X. You know, it's the same fucking deal. Now they've manipulated the goddamn whole machine computer age system to be able to do whatever they want to. They don't need to go to buy people drinks all day long and tell them to go who to vote for anymore.
Oh, they were doing that anyway. They were paying for votes. It's Project Veritas put out videos of people paying others and getting paid. They pay like $100, $150, $200, and then they bring all these back and they get paid for each fraudulent vote. Yes, our system sucks, but unless we change it, it stays the same. I'm not making any more suggestions on what we should do because it's like you get hit in the face. Well, Franklin, if you have a way of doing this that does not include killing a million people, maybe you should let everybody know. Because I'm fresh out of fucking ideas.
Franklin, our friend Franklin Warhart.
Yep.
Hello, Franklin. How you doing?
Yeah. You got suggestions? Say something. I mean, we could start a new party, but where are you going to find the people that won't corrupt it? Where are you going to find the even-tempered people that aren't going to become slicked-up fucking politicians? Who accept bribes and take it. I mean, they're
Or
talking.
get infiltrators like we've seen in these riots. You know, you actually have a peaceful riot somewhere, and all of a sudden, fights break out because the opposition showed up and started some shit.
Yep.
Just stay the fuck away. Let it happen.
Yep.
You know?
Before it's over, we're all going to get kicked off of social media. You know, we start a website, they'll kick us off of there. This.
Well, you know, I'm tired of these politicians patting themselves on the back. Like, What's that Jim Jordan? Everybody thought he's like the fucking second coming. The dude that wears the Kmart shirts and ties and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting a fucking Freedom Medal or something. For what?
Mm-hmm.
Because he fucking bullshits he's pretty good, like Trey Gowdy did. He's the next Trey fucking Gowdy.
Yep.
I hate this shit.
And they're
Pat
already
themselves on the back for giving a good goddamn show.
there's people talking about expelling Ted Cruz and somebody else, I can't remember who, from the Senate. Listen,
Oh yeah, Cruz is going to the inauguration. By the way, I read that today.
Ezra, that's great. So the only one who won't be there is Trump. And it's very hard to blame him for that.
Well, I can't blame him one bit.
This is what's going to happen, guys. You better get ready for it. If there is any indication, I don't believe, but if there is, someone's going to kill him. They will not take any chances next time. Someone will kill him. We'll be lucky if you don't get shot, if you don't run.
I don't know about all that, but
You actually think they're going to let him run? You believe that they'll let him run?
no, I don't believe. No, I don't believe he would want to.
No,
That's
I don't
what
think
this
he's
whole
gonna.
impeachment thing is all
They're
about.
not going to let me win again. Why would he run again?
No,
they would
I-
let him win this time.
Okay, I didn't say he was. I don't believe he's going to run. But if they think there's an indication that he will, they'll kill him. They're not going to take any fucking chances. He starts having rallies where he's going around speaking and thousands of people, or whatever, with the adulation and the rest of it that we at one time or another all had. You bet your ass they're going to kill him.
Yeah, they've tried
need to.
every way from Sunday
They
to.
stole it from this time. Why couldn't they just do it again?
For the past 4 years, they've tried every way from Sunday to annihilate him, in air quotes, so to speak. So the next time they're going to do it to where it's real annihilation. That's what I figured. They're going to say, no, everything else we tried to stop this man, we couldn't do it, failed miserably. Now we have to take it to the extreme because there's some extremists on both sides that are fucking nut jobs that are going to, take the pill and bite the bullet and do it.
How did they fail? They stole the fucking election.
What?
Even if he runs again, how could they? They could just do it again.
Up to this point, man, they failed miserably in everything else. They blamed him for everything, and they couldn't prove shit. Then they finally said, you know what? Here's our last draw here. We have to just rig this shit. That's the only way we can stop him from winning.
You know what? Here's the deal. It's the bottom line. The Democrats and the Republicans are terrified of Trump. That's why they've been doing what they've been doing. They're terrified of him. So
Exactly
I do
right.
not believe he will run again in 2024 or at any other time. I do not believe that. But it doesn't matter what I believe. It matters what they believe. Or it's either going to be a government-run mission to kill him, or it's going to be some fucking nut job out there, pulls a gun and blows his head off. That's what's going to happen. Why the fuck he would want to run and get back into this quagmire is beyond me.
Just rig the primaries and put somebody else in there that they got planted in the Republican Party that they have made a deal with, that they will give the nomination to, just like the Democrats fucked Sanders over with Hillary.
You know what I hope he does? I hope he starts a mainstream media outlet that tells the truth. That's what I hope he does. But without being allowed to be on social media, that's how you get the word out. I don't see it happen. What is he? I mean, as soon as he gets on something, they're going to take it down. They're talking about
I
now.
mean, what
Pollard's.
main cable outlet, dish outlet is going to even carry that? They're already blocking, sites like Newsmax and OAN. There's certain, I mean, I can't even get that on my cable provider. So, they're blocking everything.
Oh, we got One American News here, but to tell you the truth, I don't watch any of them because there's no surprises anymore. You know, it would be a surprise if everybody who was corrupt in Washington suddenly got a conscience and quit. That would be a fucking surprise. That's never going to happen. But what is happening is the same shit that's been happening for years now, and it's not going to change. So they're talking about getting rid of what's that one on YouTube? Not Right Side News or whatever the other one. Newsmax. They're talking about deplatforming them.
Yeah, Newsmax. That's the one I said. Newsmax and OAN.
Yeah.
OAN
OAN,
in my house.
OAN is actually on TV. I think Newsmax is just. I've never seen Newsmax on TV, but maybe they have it. I don't know.
It is a channel. It is actually a channel.
He's not going to run again, guys. Like, listen, I have to tell you something. For the three of us to sit here and do this show and usually be naysayers to what everybody else is saying, we sure are right a lot. You may want to think about that. And in the end, mainstream.
Yeah, unfortunately, though.
Yeah.
We are right a lot.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And the only thing
That's what's scary about it.
Yeah. The only thing that we look at is track record. We don't look at what's in the news or what's here or what some idiot on YouTube is saying. We look at the track record. We told you a long time ago that Hillary Clinton was not going to go to jail. And guess what? She now wants to know if Trump was talking to Putin the day the idiots took over the Capitol and would love to see his phone records. You guys have got to start being a lot more realistic about shit. Daniel even says he's going to be something like 78 or 80 years old by the time 2024 runs around. He ain't going to run. And he also knows that he's got a good chance of being shot to death if he does. How the fuck? I'd say one thing for the Secret Service. Both Obama and Trump lived and are still alive. They do their fucking job. Okay. I have a lot of criticisms of Trump. But overall, I think he tried to do the best he could for the country with no fucking help. Like I said, for three guys that...
Yeah, and unfortunately, Joe Biden can undo most of it by executive orders, just like Trump did.
And there's supposed to be a slew of them on day one being signed.
Joe is looking really bad these days. I want to see what kind of gaffes he made at the swearing-in ceremony. I state your name. I state your name. Swear. Okay, he'll probably say that.
Yeah. Why does it take, almost 25,000 military men and women for a virtual inauguration? It's never happened. There's never been a military inauguration ever. It's They had that military support. Never.
Yep.
Biden gets one. For something that's virtual that nobody can really show up to. What the fuck are they going to be looking out for? I read a story today that most of them don't even know why the fuck they're there.
I can tell you that they're worried about outside infiltrators, terrorism, and stuff trying to disrupt it and what for. It's perfect rife time with the climate DC for any Haji to go in there and and sapper the inauguration.
No.
Well, yeah, but Matt, they finally decided that they believe in fences, so they built one around the goddamn Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to come in?
Yeah, and you know what else?
Over 20,000.
They're making such a big fucking deal about this in the mainstream media to sell fucking time and clicks and everything. I'm willing to bet not a fucking thing's going to happen.
That would be the best thing to
I
happen.
also want to know if they're told you're locked and loaded right now when it kicks off. I want to know if there's going to be
they've already approved that. They've already approved that. The National Guard, at least some of them, will be locked and loaded. You think one of Donald Trump's children will run?
So.
I doubt it. I
doubt it. They're not going to go through this hell again.
Yeah, I don't think anybody with the name of Trump has any hope of winning, Franklin. None. I got news for you. When he won the election against Hillary, if they'd have put what's her name, Michelle Obama up or Michael Obama, depending on your opinion, okay, he would have had a hard time beating her.
Oh, did y'all see, speaking of the military, did y'all see that they're now vetting all of these National Guard men and women?
Yeah.
To make sure that there's no, Trump plants in there that might do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, just that right there, regardless of who they support politically, that ought to piss them off and say, you know what, fuck you people.
Well, one of the morons.
I don't care what party they are.
One of the morons, I think, in the House or something, came out and said that white National Guardsmen are just white supremacists and they're a danger to the inauguration in the country. So apparently, if you have all black guys there, we'll be fine. You know what the first thing they teach you in the military is? There is no black and white. In the Marine Corps, you're either light green or dark green, but you're still fucking green. It's just it's a fucking mess. And I don't think anything's going to happen at the Capitol. I think what happened at the Capitol, was it last week or whatever, week before, was a fucking joke. Those people are going to spend a lot of time in prison. For what? A couple of pictures and then they can act like they're political prisoners? And all their little supporters will stand outside the courts and protest and raise money for their defense. What are you fucking kidding me? Did no one learn?
One thing that they're gonna hammer on that one guy is the one. Remember the one dude that had the whole fucking slew of zip ties on him, where he was gonna handcuff everybody. How do you know what the fuck he had them for? How are you gonna prove that he was gonna do that in a court of law?
I don't know. He
just
probably
he had zip ties on him.
He probably stupid.
Maybe you could say, "Hey, I was hooking everybody's signs up and shit. That's why I had all the zip ties." What the fuck? He's gonna get smoked in the federal court.
Well, he probably said something on, people get on YouTube or on a fucking video and they'll just tell you exactly what their fucking plan is, so they incriminate themselves. David Hughes says if Trump ran again without the cheating, he'd win hands down. He won hands down the last time. The problem is they're not going to allow him to run again for any reason. If they have to kill him, they're going to do it. Because they know how fucking powerful he is with the American people. They know it. Okay? Trump won the last fucking election in a goddamn landslide, not only in the popular vote, but the fucking electoral college would have been. Biden would have been lucky to win 10 states out of 50. Okay? Simple as that. All I know is this. I don't know what it's going to take for the left and right to get together and start fighting together against this bullshit. But I can tell you this. I don't see it happening no time soon. And we just keep going further and further down. So, and if anybody, just one fucking person who screams about civil war and revolutionary war and I'm a patriot and I'm a 3%er, ever had a goddamn clue of a plan to actually do something, I might actually listen to them. But nobody's got a fucking plan. In the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, governments were already set up. Logistic things were set up. Military rank structure was set up. All kinds of things were set up before the first shot was fired. In an actual war. We have none of that. We have a lot of fucking people who think they're badasses that own an AR-15 that think they're going to go up against an M16, a tow rocket, a law rocket, a tank, airplanes, in some cases ships with artillery, and they're going to win. The first thing they will do is shut off all communications. And, even if you have a ham radio, they're just going to listen to you. If they can't shut you off, they're going to listen to you. Then they're going to send somebody to your house and wipe you and your family out. Or they're going to arrest you and give you a kangaroo court, and then they're going to execute you for sedition. Okay? Nobody wants to get together on either side, just on either side, much less together. Nobody has a real fucking plan. Well, I have 5,000 rounds. Yeah, big fucking deal. That'll run out quick. Then what are you going to do? We don't have enough automatic weapons. We don't have any high-powered rockets or any other fucking thing that can go 20 miles away and kill 1,500 people. The United States, for those of you who think the military won't shoot on American citizens, you're full of shit. Some will not. Not enough. The United States, it's no longer the North or the South. It's the North, South, East, and West against the United States government, who also has billions and billions and billions of rounds of everything, from big to small. They have unlimited quantities of people to pay. They can bring other countries in to help them. They can bring the UN in to help them. And we got morons on Facebook and YouTube that you guys, some of you follow saying, oh, we should just go to war. Got no fucking plan, nothing. I've asked, I can't tell you how many fucking people, what's your plan? And none of them have one. I don't know. We just need to do something. Really? Well, I'll tell you what. You can run down a road, go start shooting up
like,
government building somewhere. and then you'll get killed, and I'll feel bad for, I don't know, 6 to 8 seconds, and then I'm gonna call you a fucking moron because you just wasted your life. I'm gonna feel bad for your family, I suppose, because you wasted your life and they needed you more than the so-called cause and the Patriots did. But that's what I'm gonna do. You can like it or not. I can give a fuck. Did we learn nothing?
I think it boils down to they think if we go to war, it's only going to take a couple of weeks, and then everything will be back to normal.
Yeah, or total destruction.
I mean, we learned nothing from the Bundy standoff in the wildlife refuge gift shop. That's a wildlife refuge gift shop. And eventually one guy got killed and they all got arrested and spent 2-3 years fucking with the courts. A lot of time in prison while they were waiting. Lots. And these morons decided to take the Capitol with a fucking cell phone camera? Is this really who you want to follow? Is this really who your heroes are? Is this really who you think are patriots? Listen, you want to start a war? Bring a gun. You're going to get killed, but at least you had a gun with you. Maybe you take some out with you. They said there was 5 people killed. I still don't know who killed who. I still don't know who killed who.
I think one guy got trampled to death and or something, and the one woman they're holding up as an Air Force vet hero. I guess some Secret Service agent shot her. I don't know why.
Well,
Probably
I don't know.
we'll find out, but I don't know how any of the rest of them got killed or who they were. They never even released who the fuck the rest of them supposed to be 5. Who are they? I don't know.
These fucking idiots do this kind of shit and think that they're not going to get shot. That's what happened. Was his Levon Bell or whatever the hell his fucking name was? He didn't think the cops would shoot him when he got out of the car saying, "Shoot me," and they did. The Bundy Ranch. Okay, they didn't think the other side would shoot him, and they didn't because they were on national TV. That's the only thing that saved their ass. Riding up there on their fucking horses and walking up there with their goddamn rifles. They would have been massacred, but they couldn't do that on national TV. The shit that happened at the wildlife refuge didn't happen on national TV. But everybody makes him out to be some kind of fucking hero. It was over a long time before they left. They should have just left. Maybe they would have got out of it and made their point. But they didn't do that. And the morons they had there with them were kind of fucking, that was just a bad plan all told. Taking over a government building of any kind is just fucking stupid if you're a white guy. Sorry. There's such a thing as dying for your country, and there's another thing called wasting your fucking life. And what these idiots did at the Capitol wasted some lives. What's the Bundy Ranch? That might be before my time. You don't know what the Bundy Ranch is? You should look it up. Try not to do it on Wikipedia. I'm not.
Yeah. Old Ritz was our buddy for a while.
Yeah, old Ritzy. And the other one, I forget his name now. And they were both at the wildlife refuge. And the one guy, I can't remember his name, was a convicted criminal, so the felon, so he couldn't even carry a gun. He's up there trying to get on camera all the time. It's all these fucking people want us to be on camera, to be a fucking hero. And then what did Bundy do? The son, what did he do? What did he fucking do? He makes a video after all. He gets out and, everybody is, yeah, team go. oh, let's let all the illegal aliens in because that's who we are as Americans. Now, I know there's those of you I've heard, oh, he was forced to say that. I don't give a fuck. If he was truly a patriot, what about Ethan Hale or what, Alan, Ethan, whatever the fuck his name from the Civil War? I have but, or Revolutionary War. I have but one life to give for my country. Fuck you. So if he was made to do that, he's a patriot still?
Nathan Hale.
Yeah,
Jerry.
Nathan Hale. You're right. You're right. Ethan Hale. I think Ethan Hale's a furniture company. But nevertheless. Okay, so what the fuck?
Yeah, Alan Hale was on Gilligan. Alan Hale Jr. was Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, and Alan Hale Sr. was
Yeah.
the sidekick of Errol Flynn in all his movies. This is, we have to start realizing that the people that are talking the most shit, just because they were in the fucking military does not qualify them to run a war. I don't care. Ritzenheimer was a staff sergeant in the military. Everybody acted like whatever he said was gold. He had no experience worth the fuck, and he certainly had no experience other than maybe a squad or a platoon leader, but to guide thousands of men and women into combat, you need somebody better than a fucking staff sergeant. I was a Lance fucking Corporal, an E3. I was qualified actually to run a squad or a fire team, which is either 13 guys or 5 guys. And I said I was qualified. I ain't been in the military in years. I'm 57 fucking years old. How much fighting do you think we're going to do? Most of us have a fucking stroke on the way to the goddamn battlefield. And there's plenty of young ones. Yeah. Okay. Are any of them generals or colonels or even a major? Any of them? There's a reason why enlisted men are enlisted men. And officers are officers. And the higher up you are, the more men you have under your command. There's a reason for all that. What are you talking about? Didn't see the Bundy Ranch on TV. It was on TV every day. When the Dems see Biden and Harris' true plans, and it doesn't include them, maybe the Dems will open their eyes. Anything's possible, David.
No, they haven't yet.
Yeah, anything's possible. And you can bet your ass Nancy and Chucky know exactly what the plan is for fucking Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They also know that AOC is a problem. They know a lot of things, even though AOC is just every day of her life looks dumber and dumber. Jimmy Collins, I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. How are you? Okay.
Oh yeah, you see her last great idea was how to save the post office was everybody gets the pen pal.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
gotta buy stamps.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna save the post office.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? To send a package in Florida, anywhere in Florida, 13 ounces or less costs me $3 or $4. Okay. About $4, just under. Okay. China can send shit here for 99 cents with no shipping. That's all you need to know about the post office. The post office stays above the water line simply because of the 10,000 billion fucking tons of junk mail they send you every fucking week. They are basically an advertising agency. Once in a while, if you request it, you'll get a bill from somebody. Otherwise, all you get is junk mail. This government is beyond saving.
Yeah, all these stimulus plans want to bail out the post office.
Yep.
Well, how about, they incorporate their climate change and new Green Deal into stopping all this goddamn junk mail, killing all these trees? That's one way to do it. Because can you imagine how many trees are saved by doing that shit?
Yeah.
In every day.
Listen, I go to a store. If I want the flyer I get in the mail, I just get it at the front door of the fucking store. Why in the hell do I need one at my house?
Well, you got to remember all the mailmen. How many hundred thousands of mail employees are there? They're government workers. You know, they're gonna get the jobs. You ain't gonna cut their fucking job.
Yeah, and I still can't get
That's
my
like the
mail delivered to my
goddamn,
house.
The city crew digging a hole. You got 2 guys digging a hole and 5 guys fucking watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like building a road. You know, you got 2 people holding a sign on, each end of where the construction is. You got 1 guy working machinery, and you got 10 other guys standing on the side of the road, hobnobbing and bullshitting. Like, who's the real workers here? Keep the sign holders and the guy on the machine here. Everybody else go home.
Yeah. Why do you think our taxes are so high? We got to pay back countries like China. We got to give money every year, billions of dollars every year to other countries, a lot of which don't like us. We're bailing out post offices who can't raise the price unless the Senate or the House or whatever agrees to it. So the government runs the post office. It's not even supposed to be a government running it, but that's who runs it. Why are we giving money to Planned Parenthood so they can do is not a government agency who can turn around and give money back to Democratic politicians? Why is that? Why? Because everybody's getting a fucking kickback, and that's how they get in office with $5 and get out with 25 million. Simple as that. Every fucking one of them is corrupt. Between the kickbacks, the insider trading, and the rest of the bullshit, they're all getting rich. And they're sitting there trying to tell us how we should live. And it ain't just the right, it's the right and the left they're telling that too. Because there's a lot of people out there on the left that aren't being allowed to work or go to work or have a fucking business because of some ridiculous fucking disease that most people get over. Some don't. I got personal experience in that now. It's fun. And now the scumbags are out. But in the end, there ain't a fucking thing I can do about any of it because I'm one guy.
You know, the corruption goes so deep. It's like unions. They probably still do it. You're a union member, you got to vote this way. If you don't, then, damn, we don't have any work for you this week. Damn, your hours are slashed this month. Damn, if you don't fucking go along, vote the way that they tell you to, you're going to have problems. So what do? They fucking go with the program.
And then they're still taking their dues out of your paycheck.
You kidding me?
Giving each other bonuses and shit.
You kidding me? In order to get a job in California not too long ago, you had to join the union even if you didn't want to. And if you didn't, they would just take your fucking dues if you weren't in the union. There was a huge court case that told them they weren't allowed to do that shit anymore. There's another one from the guy who started the court case who wants his fucking money back. Haven't heard nothing about that in a long time. They were just taking union dues. You had to pay if you wanted to work.
Yeah, my wife there's a nurses union. Even if you don't join, you still got to fucking pay dues. Even if you don't join the union.
Yep. Which is supposed to be fucking illegal.
So it's like, like teachers unions and all this other shit. Car makers and everything else. The only people that make money in the unions is the higher ups that tell the lower that actually do the work. You got to pay us to do work. Who the hell created this corrupt shit?
I hate the unions, but the unions started for a very good reason because, they were working guys 15 hours a day for $2. They had no safety regulations whatsoever. You died, oh fucking well, bye bye. Your family starved to death, I guess. There is no doubt that we needed something. Anytime workers went on strike, they'd bring in strike breakers and heads would get broken, literally. Okay. But it turned into the mob started running it. I don't think they've ever stopped. They have been skimming off the top of union. It's just like the United States government. You really believe our taxes would be what they are now? If the United States government wasn't stealing it and the people in it weren't stealing it. You know what our tax rate
Or
would,
giving it away to other countries.
if we literally got rid of all the waste, you know what our fucking tax would be? It'd be nothing. You'd be thrilled to pay it. Maybe a couple $100 a year. And then, of course, why would they trust the American people to pay it at the end of the year? So they just steal it out of your paycheck and you never see it. And then if you're lucky, they'll tell you at the end of the year, they'll give you some of it back.
And good luck having that happen.
Yeah, and then we're happy that when we get it. Just like the stimulus, we're happy when we get it. They're giving $25 million to the fucking Kennedy Center, but we got 2,000 the first time. I'm not getting shit this time. And whether you like hearing it or not, I need the fucking money.
To a building they closed.
I got
To
a
a
truck.
building they closed and furloughed everybody.
Yeah, I got and they furloughed these people after they got the 25 million because that's part of the rule. Half your workforce has to go, so they got rid of 52% of their workforce.
It's good to be the king.
Boy.
Don't think we
Right.
don't. This is not fucking monarchy or whatever you want to call it. The era of the United States being a fucking democratic republic is long the fuck gone.
Dave Rougeau is here. Apparently, he is in Beaumont, Texas, or someplace. Hold on a sec. Vidor. Okay, Vidor, Texas. Apparently, he's going to Beaumont in the morning to his girlfriend has to.
Beaumont, Texas.
No, it's Beaumont. My girlfriend has a procedure in the AM in Beaumont, which apparently is pretty close. He's staying with her sister. Listen, I don't even have a mortgage and we're broke. We're lucky we own this place and it's not in good shape. My truck, the transmission, there's a module I think on there is starting to go. I'm hearing it tapping in the engine every so often, which is never fucking good. I need that $1,200. I need whatever the fuck money I can get from them. And y'all better remember one very important thing. That money is our fucking money. It's not the Kennedy Centers or New York City's or anybody else's. That's our fucking money. It's not even the United States government's. That's our money.
Everybody they give to is a non-profit organization. We're the ones that are giving them the money to give to non-profits who doesn't create any goddamn money. They just take it. And then they get tax breaks like that. Or don't even have to file taxes. And we get, beans and rice and beans.
Yep.
That's all we get back from our own damn work.
Yep. And even your refund at the end of the year. Look at what you paid as compared to what you're getting back. And where is that money going? Most people have no idea because they never bother to spend 5 minutes looking to see where this money is actually going. These people think the United States government prints the money and just uses it. It doesn't work that way. Jimmy Collins says we're not a democratic republic, we are a constitutional republic. Well, you are correct, but I think a democratic republic actually describes what we are right now until they go full socialist, then it'll be a socialist country, with no republic. Because right now the Democrats are running the republic, and the Constitution don't mean shit. And quite frankly, it didn't really mean shit when the Republicans ran the country, so it doesn't matter. There is no Constitution. It's just a piece of paper and a long ago dream that sits in the Smithsonian Institute in its own fucking room. And it's the Museum of American History. You can go up, and it used to be in a glass box, and you could read it. But half the states in this country have gone full, socialist. We've had socialist programs for years and years, like Social Security, welfare, none of which has worked. It's all been corrupt. You never hear about welfare going broke, but you always hear about goddamn Social Security getting ready to go broke. We've been hearing it's going broke since the 70s. Why? Because they took it out of its own account where it was supposed to stay and be used for what it was used for, and put it into a general account where anybody can use it for anything. And they skim millions and millions of dollars off it all the time. We cannot allow our country to go to socialism. I don't have a plan, but we have to fight back.
That the Social Security is top heavy now because you have like a whole generation that's retirement age, which is sapping all the money because you took all the fucking money out of it. It would have been sapping all the money out of it in the first place if you hadn't fucking skimmed off the top.
Yep.
They stole it for their pet projects, and now Social Security just a bunch of IOUs in there.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't have to leave IOUs.
Shit show.
That's the beauty for them. They don't have to leave IOUs. They can just take it. That's what the fuck happened. They put it in a general account, and now they get to fucking take it anytime they want.
Yeah, Daniel Rio's right. I don't know how old Daniel is, but I know I'll never see Social Security. And I've been working since I'm 13 years old, and I'm 51 years old. I'll never see what I paid into Social Security. My grandfather, one of my grandfathers, worked all his life, paid God knows how tens of thousands or millions of dollars because he made a lot of money. And we had to fight to get him the bare minimum Social Security because he had royalties from oil wells. But he was disabled. Couldn't get his full Social Security. He actually paid for my grandmother. On behalf of him, he matched it. She never had a job in her life. She had to fight for it. That's how fucked up people are.
Well, all the laws and all the rules and all the regulations are stacked against the people. I should be getting Social Security benefits now. But because my wife, I worked most of my life for cash. Okay. So I didn't show a lot. Okay. They won't allow me to have it because I haven't worked in 5 years. I haven't worked in 5 years because I didn't need, it was one of these deals where, I didn't need to go on government welfare. Okay. And they've stacked the rules against us. They wouldn't let us have it, my wife have it the first time because we had 2 vehicles. And they were worth too much. Even though I was only paying $200 a month payments on both. Okay, literally. All right. And then they tell her, well, you're getting more, so his won't count. When they finally did send me something, it was $279. One time. Okay. One time. they want that back, and I just keep throwing the thing away. They fuck you. The military that promised to take care of me the rest of my life, should anything happen, because I got hurt in the military, has turned me down 4 times and will continue to, because all their rules are against the people that were in the military. I've met people that have been fighting for 20
Same
years.
with my father.
20 fucking years, folks. Okay, fighting the VA. If you get an advocate, like I did, what they told me was there was no way I was ever getting it, so I shouldn't bother. That's what my advocate told me. Okay, I got a lawyer, and I'm probably going to end up getting another lawyer. But the lawyer in Social Security or the military or whatever you're trying to do is a fucking scam. Every now and again, they'll make a phone call for you to try to find something out if you hound them enough. But in the end, they don't fill out the paperwork. They can't make the VA do or the Social Security do anything. And about all they can do is if there happens to be a meeting at the end where you're having some sort of deciding this or deciding that, they'll go with you with that. But they can't win. But they will take whatever you get and definitely take 10% or whatever it is off the top. I got out of the military on 10% disability. If I wanted 100%, which is where I should be now because everything else in my body broke the fuck down. My back is a direct fucking result of my bad knee from the military. I actually sent them papers from the military, from the fucking hospital, stating I had surgery in the military, and they told me there was no proof I ever hurt myself in the Marine Corps. They've lost my shit
They
in the
told
mail.
my dad there was no proof for where he was even stationed.
Yeah.
They told him that place doesn't exist. And he was subjected to Agent Orange.
They've lost my paperwork once. They've denied me 4 times. My advocate, who's supposed to be on your side, tells me there's no way you're going to win. Don't bother. I had another advocate who asked my wife if I beat her while I wasn't in the room.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. I was so pissed off and just ashamed. I wanted, this guy's in a fucking wheelchair. I couldn't do nothing to him, but I literally wanted to just go back in there. I did. She wouldn't let me. I got 2 honorable discharges from the military. The second one is under medical conditions. So the rules, the regulations, and the laws are against us. And if you think for 1 second Trump changed one fucking thing about the VA that was worth the shit, you're wrong. You know, I can't even get a new VA card from them. 5 years, 7 years now. They've been giving out new VA cards. Still haven't got one. Now, I'm not doing this or saying this to anybody feel sorry for me. I'm just telling you the truth. This is the way it is. You know what one of their excuses was? Well, you never complained about this. I said, I've been complaining about this shit for years. I've had 2 knee surgeries, one through the VA, one through the military, one on each knee. The second knee, to this day, I still don't know what the fuck they did to, but the arthroscopic surgery they're supposed to do, the hole was way too fucking big. Both of them. So what an arthroscopic surgery. I have no idea what they fucking did. Because I went back a week or 2 later after the operation at the VA in West Palm Beach, and the doctor had quit. I had gone to the VA where they wouldn't give me medication that I need because he didn't think it was right. He was a temporary doctor taking somebody's place for the day and didn't think it was right. Not a narcotic. The VA system is not better. The VA system is what socialized medicine is. You know, the one that all the fucking idiots want. They all want the VA. The VA is a fucking mess. They do not get the cream of the crop. I go to the doctor. I'll spend 45 minutes in the office, which is a long time. But I will very rarely know what color her eyes are because she's never looking at me. She's looking at the computer and typing shit in. So. He didn't touch the problems with the VA, Jimmy. Half of the people in the VA need to be kicked out of the fucking VA. Fired. They got all these big hospitals, beautiful buildings, all millions and millions of dollars to build the buildings, all this bullshit. And that's all it is bullshit. That's the country, folks. You could boil it down to a lot of different little things here and there that you see, but you know, for me, the VA and you know all that's the government right there. Every year I get a tax bill. We started out here, it was under $300 7 years ago. It's now $5 this year. I don't know how we're paying it. We don't get that stimulus check. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Next year it'll be 6 or 7. Every year it goes up. And we have nothing new. Nothing new. Yeah, I don't think they're doing that anymore, Stephen. He went to the VA in '74 seeking help because he kept choking his wife in his sleep. They said I have to go on a waiting list up to a year and a half wait. Well, a few years ago, there were guys going to the VA, sitting down and setting themselves on fire, blowing their brains out in their car, just for that fucking reason. I'll never forget that
Why
time.
did you give your wife a set of handcuffs at night?
I don't know, but the VA don't care. I was supposed to have a telemed with my doctor the other day, so I was on time. I had the thing set up. I was in the waiting room. She never showed up. I've been in there for a checkup, a yearly thing, which, by the way, used to be twice a year. Now it's down to once a year. And they used to call you, and they don't do that anymore. But anyway, I went in. They didn't take my weight. They didn't take my height. They didn't take my anything. I just went in the doctor's office. I've never been to a checkup where they don't check your weight, your height, that kind of shit. It's just, that's part of it. Problem with VA doctors is not that they're civilians. The problem with VA doctors is they got way too many fucking patients. They have to type everything into the computer. They're not really listening to you. And I think you will find in any doctor's office or anything like that, it's the same way. This is what our healthcare has become. It's not the old country doctor sitting there listening to your symptoms and doing something about it. Next thing you know, you got 25 prescriptions coming to your fucking house. You gotta see what my wife takes. It's ridiculous. I personally, because of certain problems I was having that I'm not getting into, because, Matt, I quit taking half mine. It's much better now. Anybody got anything to say?
Oh, y'all hear about this crazy ass mayor from Baltimore that got had to resign because she made this book deal and swindled.
Yeah.
She was supposed to donate to these children
Yeah.
network, and now she's begging Trump for a goddamn, pardon and shit.
She did that a couple of years ago. And
Yeah.
Jerry, what do I have to do with you with medication?
Because if you found out what it was, I'd never hear the end of it.
Oh, no, shush. That's the Chicago way.
Yeah, pretty much. Our whole infrastructure is broken and needs to be restructured. That is correct. How the fuck do you do that?
Oh, Biden has that fixed already.
Oh, does
You
it?
know, he hired with a butt buddy boy down there in Texas. He's going to be the, transportation, whatever. What's his name again?
I think he was
Yeah,
talking.
Biden has it all fixed.
I think he was talking basically government infrastructure. The entire government is just broke.
No, but then you were talking about the Baltimore mayor that was skimming,
Yep.
selling books that she never had to the school system.
Yeah.
She was like the third goddamn Baltimore mayor that was arrested for some kind of corruption.
Yep. And
in a row.
A Trump hater.
And they're all Democratic and all females and let's say not white. And so what? It just kills me, man. That everything is, they can't believe how awful the country is, and they can't get a fair shake, but their own people fuck them over all the time.
Plus, she was a
and all she did was trash talk Trump.
Yep, and now she wants him to partner. Yep, I hope he don't.
I tell her, hey, okay, write a book about why I should pardon you. It'll take a couple of years.
Yeah, and revisit what you called me all over 4 years. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
My daddy used to wake up everyone in our house screaming at the top of his lungs. They called it shell shock from World War II. Yep. I think it carried into World War II. They didn't start calling it PTSD till relatively recently, like 20, 25, 30 years or something. It's
like
been
the 80s or something.
Same difference.
I think at one time they may have called it battle fatigue. Definitely shell shock. Shell shock started in World War I, which was as wars go, probably one of the most, I guess you would say, modern times horrific wars for people to have to fight in, with the gas and everything else, and just the trench warfare, which is horrible. Everybody has forgotten we could have had Hillary for president. No one's forgotten that. Nobody. Nobody's forgotten that.
But we could have Kamala Harris now. You know, Biden ain't gonna last time very long.
Yep, that's what they said I had. Battle fatigue. Yeah. After 4 tours in Vietnam, I frequently wish I would have died over there. I can't get lucky enough to die. I'm going to live forever. Poverty ain't fun. Sickness ain't fun. It's like a aircraft carrier anchor on your back. Being half crippled is not fun. Nothing's fun.
Yeah, watching yourself get fucking old ain't fun either.
Nope. Nope. But on we go, because there's nothing else. There is no future in dying or killing yourself. So what do? Just keep going.
Yeah, it's you know, it's sort of a it's the old what came first, chicken or the egg kind of theory. You grow up, you're strong and hale and hearty, and you know you're full of piss and vinegar, and you bust your ass for fucking 20, 30 years, and you start, you know, saying, damn, I'm getting old, and it's like, damn, that's all there is to it.
When I hit
I
40,
think I wouldn't want to take this ride again.
when I hit 40, I started realizing that the young days were over. But even then, I could still lift a refrigerator by myself.
Oh yeah, my son's 14 now, and he's bigger than me, and he's like fucking 30 pounds heavier than me. I was like, the only reason he doesn't kick my ass when I tell him something to do is because he doesn't know how.
Yeah. I don't know. I may have 1 or 2 left in me, but I hope not to find out. So.
Yeah, there was a few people tried my dad over the past years, and they didn't like the outcome of it.
Yeah.
He's a big man, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, I got the looks, so I'm lucky. Most
But
people
he's
just leave me the
74
fuck
now.
alone.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. Now, my dad, he actually looked like Elvis back in the day. He was a spitting image of Elvis.
I can usually.
I don't know about that. I seen that picture you put up a couple weeks ago, your mom and dad, and Elvis, I don't see.
Oh, no, you didn't see the old pictures, his military pictures. He looks like Elvis.
Do they
To
have
me,
sideburns? Do they have sideburns in the army? I didn't know they allowed that.
No, they didn't allow that. But I'm talking facial.
Mm-hmm. My older brother was in Vietnam. He was born in 44, retired after 36 years as Chief Warrant Officer 5. He made about $4 grand a month on retirement, but is an alcoholic, so can't really enjoy it. Oh, dude, if I was still drinking, I'd be dead now. I wouldn't be drinking. I'd be dead now. I'd be dead now. There's no doubt in my mind. Because when you're young, you can get away with a lot of shit physically out there amongst the other people. And even if you do get your ass kicked once in a while, you can recover from it pretty good. When you get older, that shit don't work no more. Don't work no more. I have a hard time getting out of bed in the morning.
Oh no, now, yeah, now my dad. I mean, he's got these spinal problems, and it's I call it his psychotic nerve is bad, and he can barely walk. And he's 74.
Yep.
And it's just going downhill real quick.
Yep. Well, that's because when I was younger, I was the one always running up the stairs with 2 pounds, 2 80-pound bags of Saccharine in the job sites, and I was always lifting the stuff, and I was always out. I played semi-pro football and tore myself up. I did all kinds of shit that the human body, most jobs that you have, I don't care what they are, the human body is not made for. And I did a lot of them for a long time. And plus all the extracurricular shit, the fights, the drinking and all that bullshit. Well, here I am. How the fuck I lived this long is beyond me. So.
Yeah, my dad was the same way. You know, football,
Yep.
baseball, track star, the whole 9 yards. But volunteered for the Army. Did that shit that got him nothing in the end. And then he worked in the oil field, truck driver, then worked in the oil field. And I mean, just a big man, you know, built like a brick shit house. And then got into the police department, did that for 25 plus years. And then after he retired from that, it just went downhill.
Yep.
Well, that's a lot of fucking working and living. I
Yep.
mean, you gotta go downhill after that kind of shit.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure he wore his body out over all these years.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a lot of strenuous work.
Yeah, I get what Matt's saying, though, because everybody's body gets wore out. It's just, at some point, mine wore out. Mine was wore out when I was 40. Other people, like my father, 85, he's still out there doing everything he wants to do. He's just a little slower and a little less time. Me, Christ, I don't know. It just is what it is. I mean, it's there ain't a fucking thing I can do about it. So it's just like, I do everything I can. I usually do way too much of it, and I pay for it every time I do something. But somebody's got to do it, and that's that. I have kept this place together with spit and baling wire, basically. I've learned how to do everything in the house that I can do, and there's way more that needs to be done, and I'll do that too. It just,
well, it's like my arthritis. My thumb joints are big. I don't have any grip strength with my thumbs.
oh, I don't
My
either
thumbs
anymore.
are almost useless. I can't grasp anything tightly or hold on real. I mean, or put torque on. I can't do it with my thumbs. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's why I hate shaking hands with young guys. I try my best not to do it because apparently it's a feat of strength. There's such a thing as a firm handshake, and there's another thing called get your fucking hands off me or I'm going to hit you in the face because you're hurting my fingers. I drop shit constantly. simple shit like hammers or wrenches and stuff like. I'm constantly dropping stuff because I can't hold on to it. I tried shaking some guy's hand about a couple of weeks ago, and I tried to give because he was giving me his all. I was going to give him mine. I couldn't do it. I used to tell people that if you squeeze my hand, I'm going to hit you in the face. And they didn't want to shake my hand anymore. I was good.
Yeah, I think it's a cockstrong kind of thing. I don't know why men do that shit.
I don't either.
It's kind of nonsense.
I mean, nobody wants a limp-wristed fucking
some
handshake. I get that.
Yeah.
But
Some
I
people
mean,
do some really light handshakes. I have a friend that does that. I'm like, come on, at least put some effort into it,
yeah, but I mean, this whole thing where let's see how
Uncle
hard we can
Don
squeeze
was
each
a
other is
dick.
ridiculous.
He would shake hands with you, but he could like twist your knuckles at the same time and like grind them together when they were shaking hands with you.
Yeah,
Just to fuck with it would be like it would hurt.
yeah.
He would do this on purpose.
Well, they all do it on purpose, and they want you to know. Young men want you to know how tough they are, and I'm old enough to know that tough comes from your head, not your muscles. Muscles don't hurt, but it comes from your head. But you can't tell a young guy that any more than they could tell me. I mean, I don't know how many people told me when I was younger, you keep this shit up, you're going to pay for it. But I was going to live forever because I was 25 or 19 or whatever. I was going to live forever. Just like every other young man.
Yeah, you get a little wiser once you get older, You
Yeah.
figure out, you know what, I'm not going to live forever.
And ain't that ass backwards? It should be the other way around so that you can actually enjoy your older years because you ain't all fucked up. I met this black guy once. He was
like
old
you
as
come
dirt.
into the world sucking on a pacifier, and you go out of the world sucking on a pacifier. You can like revert. It's like an arc that just goes back to where it began.
It's kind of like shitting in a diaper, Same thing.
I met this black guy one time. He was about 85 years old. We were on his property surveying. I was about 25, 26. He says, I've never smoked a cigarette, I've never taken a drink, and I've never been in a fight in my life. And I looked at him like he was insane.
He says, yeah, wouldn't you grow up in the fucking by yourself out in the middle of nowhere?
No, he lived on that property for probably his whole life. His parents lived on that property. I think they had him in that house he lived in. And at the time, and still to this day, it's very redneck. So in order for him to have done that, that's actually a hell of a feat. It's a sign of virility to have a firm handshake. Well, I don't need a guy to prove to me he's got virility. And I have no problem with a firm handshake. It's the ones that get in there and act like we're going to have some kind of fucking Olympic event for a handshake and who was stronger. And I remember them days because I used to be the same guy.
Yeah, some of them you think is going to turn into an arm wrestle or something.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and the ones that keep yanking your hand back and forth, I just look at them like, dude, let go of me. We're done. My hands hurt.
Well, it could be, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like a sign of virility. It's like, what, you want me to,
Yeah.
take a hot shower together or
Yeah.
something, or what?
In there with some soapy bubbles or something. I don't know. It's like Matt says, I can't hold on to shit. I'll be hammering something. I'll bring the hammer back. I'll come down. There's no hammer.
Yeah.
We got to
Right.
turn around, go 20 foot back to get the fucking hammer. If I'm having to use my little 1 pound sledge on something, I get about 5 or 6. I got to put the fucking thing down and, stretch out my hands. I'm constantly doing this shit, trying to keep my hands stretched out. My thumbs are growing all fucking weird and funny looking. My hand don't look right. Got scars every fucking
Oh,
where.
yeah, my left thumb is taking a big right turn all of a sudden for some
Yeah.
reason.
Well, I broke
I don't
my
know
one
why.
thumb when I was a little kid. And that's pretty much it. And I slammed both. Well, the other one, my left one, with a rubber mallet trying to get a rack off a car. Or no, the tie rods. I was trying to get a tie rod off a car, and I slammed it like 3 times in a row, and now that's all fucked up. Most of my fingers got arthritis in one of the joints or the other. Probably from fighting, punching walls, doing that kind of stupid shit. Plus, in general, stuff I was doing. I'll just give you a hug. How about that, Gerard?
Well, I had a
Yeah, no.
I
Not a
had
hugger.
a physical therapist girlfriend that she said, "Well, you get arthritis in your thumbs because you played baseball
That's probably
for
true.
so long.
That's probably true.
The vibratory forces on hitting balls with a bat and everything."
Yeah, well, I've also spent a lot of time with,
Yep.
like, I'm going deaf from listening to a generator for 30 years, vacuuming cars and whatever I was using it for, without ear protection. I just now started when I'm grinding metal or something on a grinder, wearing eye protection. And I'm 57. I never wore that shit. Nobody gave a fuck. I wouldn't have wore a hard hat on a construction site if I could get away with it. The fucking thing was always in the way of something. I was always sweating my ass off. Well, Franklin, I wouldn't suggest you try to hug me. I'm not very big on that either, especially from guys. It's not personal towards you. I think you're a fine gentleman. Just, not a big hugger. I hate about fucking AA.
A fine hello would do great.
Yeah, how about yo, hey, how's it going? Yeah, that's good. That's good enough for me. That's what I hate about AA. Everybody want to hug you. It's like, don't hug me. I don't like you. I don't know you. I don't want you touching me. I don't know where you've been.
And you don't know where I've been.
Yeah. I mean, well, no, I never thought that. I was always good. It was, what's wrong with you, man? You're a guy. Go away from me. Listen, they tell you to get your feelings out. It doesn't need to, you don't have to get them out on me. I'll be happy to talk to you from a distance, of course, but whatever. That's why I don't like people coming to my house. I hate all this shit. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just don't like any of that. If I lived at my house, I'd go insane in about a week. He has a party, 50 people are there. It's like, I can't have that many people in my fucking house. Oh, no, hell no. Hell no. About 5 minutes later, I'd either leave or they'd be leaving. One of them two. This is easy because I don't actually have to interact with any of you other than speaking. And all I see is me.
You gotta be down with the homies.
No,
Really?
no, I'm not down with the homies. I'm not. I'm not a homie down guy. The only people come visit here, I think, are my daughter and her wife. That's it. They just came the other day. I can live with that because they go home. They do. I never had anyone hug me in AA. Maybe that's your problem, Jimmy. I don't know. Jerry, that's because you look like a big cuddly teddy bear. No, I don't. No, I don't. And you usually get that when I give them the look. And I don't care who it is. If I don't know you, do not be trying to hug me. I don't care if you're man or woman. Don't try to hug me. I tried to be nice about it. I tried to give the one arm hug, just barely, that kind of. Nobody takes a fucking hint. Then they think I'm the one that's a problem. It's like, well, you run around hugging every fucking buddy. You ever stop to think maybe people don't want to do that? I don't know. Maybe there's a problem on both sides. How about that? I was just trying to be nice.
There's always a problem when you go to leave and give grandma a kiss goodbye and she tries to give you the tongue.
don't know about your grandma.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, Matt.
yeah.
But,
Thank you for
you have
correcting that.
problems in your family.
Yeah, that and the gym coach. I don't know what we're gonna do, man. We may have to put you in counseling. I was just kidding around. I know you were, Franklin. I know you were. Listen, you all got to put up with the fact I ain't in a very good mood and won't be for a while. I'm sorry. There's nothing personal towards you guys. It's really not. But I got to figure out how to live with all this bullshit that just happened, and you know, that's that. And I don't want to get back into it again.
Don't take anything you hear on this show
Yeah,
literally,
that's probably a good point.
because it's all bullshit.
Yeah, it's probably a good point. No, it's not. Don't hug me. That's not bullshit.
It
Don't
might
do
be
it.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be true, but take it as bullshit.
Man, I
Just
won't
take it
hug
as
you.
truth as well.
I won't hug you.
Don't
I'll
get
just
upset
give you
about
the look. Now, the look is fine, Jimmy. You can sit on one end of the fucking table and I'll sit on the other end. We'll be fine. The way I look at life is this: it's too short to hang around with motherfuckers you don't like. And I don't like most people. Um, and it's actually less them than it is me. I just don't like interacting with others too much. I've been a loner most of my life. Even when I was a kid, I had 2 or 3 friends. That was it. I didn't have hundreds of people I fucking know. At one point, I knew a lot of people, but none of them were that close.
I'm the same way.
And
And I've held jobs where I've had to meet thousands, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, bartending and working in a casino and all that good shit. But they weren't invited to my house the next day. Come and visit shit.
yeah.
I had a bar at the casino.
I don't know why, and that's, I guess, some kind of mental thing. I don't fucking know. And I quit caring about it, so it doesn't really matter. I've had people want to come to my house to meet me. I can never understand that. I swear to God, I can never understand why you'd want to come to my house just to meet me. Why? Because I do a video on Facebook. That don't make me important. They really don't. I try to be nice to other people when I go to town, or if they come, like the mailman, or I don't even like our mail lady. I try to be nice to her. UPS people. The night I pulled the shotgun on the fucking UPS guy, I felt very bad because he didn't deserve it, and I apologized profusely. It's not like I'm, one of these guys, like that. But if somebody I don't know is showing up on my property, there's a gun in my hand, and they don't get close enough to the front steps to me and him to become good friends. Did the writers of the '70s show write Red's character after you, Jerry? I don't know, but he was fucking great. He was. He was great.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, he was great. No, I think I got to be honest. A lot of my attitudes, believe it or not, came from Archie Bunker. If you guys would watch All in the Family, like watch 5 or 10 shows, you'll see a lot. Like if my daughter ever watched it, she'll understand half the shit I say to her.
Gary, you said it before I did because I was about to say
Yeah.
Archie Bunker.
Yeah, because he was the original, really. And then, of course, there was George and Wheezy. And then Red Foreman came around. He was kind of
that
like a
too.
combination of them two, just a cranky old fucker who looked like everybody was in his fucking way all the time. But he was the best character on that show.
Al Bundy's another character.
Yep.
That's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, you're Fred Sanford too.
Oh, Fred Sanford. Yeah, that was
Oh
great.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I call my daughter. I call her a dumbass all the time. It's like, what the fuck's wrong? What are you, a dumbass? Whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, best friend's dad. His favorite word was "you jackass."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd laugh every time he said.
Yep. I
They
don't mean
won't play
nothing by it.
those shows on TV anymore,
I don't
because
mean
it's
nothing by it.
not politically correct.
Yeah, I know. I don't mean them. I went to Alabama. I actually watched All in the Family and Sanford Son. Here I can see Sanford Son because I guess they're black. But up there, All in the Family was actually on. Down here, you can't find All in the Family. At least on my satellite deal.
Yeah, they'll play certain episodes of Sanford and Son because there's some that
Yeah.
if you remember the court episode, you dropped the N-bomb in there. And that shit was hilarious as hell.
Yeah, and let's see, what's the other? Jeffersons are on, but they're black. There's a difference.
Jefferson. Yeah.
Okay, and to tell you the truth, back in the '70s when that shit was on and they were all the most popular shows, everyone loved all three of them. All in the Family, the Jeffersons, Sanford Son. Every white, black made no fucking difference. Everybody's laughing their ass off. Because Red Fox, as a comedian, was a funny motherfucker. Fun. Red Fox as a comedian was a funny.
And he was about as filthy as you could get.
Yep.
You think Eddie Murphy was bad or somebody like that? And Red Fox, man, my mom and dad used to have a 12-inch vinyl album of Red Fox.
Yep.
And as kids, me and my older brother would listen to it. We were like, holy shit.
Yep. And he was dressed to the nines. I mean, perfect. Everything pressed perfectly. And he would just come out and, fucking this and fucking that and blah, 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 blah. Hilarious shit. Smoking a cigarette. Pryor. Yeah, except Red would take class. He smoked a cigarette. And Richard Pryor was a funny guy, too. Let's face it, everybody loved Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, I used to like him until he stopped being funny. I don't know what happened. He was funny early. Then suddenly he became an actor.
He got into movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got into movies and it kind of killed his whole genre.
He tried to be a singer and shit.
Yeah. But
yeah, that was stupid.
Mixed some Oscar Madison in Jerry's character too. Yeah, I like Oscar. I loved The Odd Couple, both the movie and the freaking TV show. Back then, they had quality shit. Nowadays, it's all got to have some kind of woke fucking something to it, and I can't watch it. That's why I watch old movies.
You gotta have some sort of blended family as well. You can't have like the Jeffersons where, George doesn't like honkies and Archie doesn't like,
whatever.
Yeah. Now everybody gotta have,
every commercial. Every
your
commercial.
Daughter's gotta have a black boyfriend, and you gotta have a black stepson or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Every commercial has some kind of mixed thing like that's supposed to be a reality, and it's really not. It's really not.
Yeah, there's like black or white woman, white or black man, Asian or white kid, or Asian or black kid. How the fuck does a black man and a white woman have an Asian kid?
Good question.
Oh, and you look at any car commercial where they're driving in a goddamn, whatever it is, Subaru or fucking whatever. It's always got to be a whole family of, the mom's driving, she's black, the dude's white, the kids, you know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit.
Yep. Ralph Cramden.
Everybody is, everything is like, I don't know where they come up with this shit. That everybody has some kind of mixed family. I mean, that's more power to you, but they act like that's the regular shit. You know what I mean? I don't care, but I guess maybe they're just trying to, sell to the widest audience or something. But
no, they're trying not to get their commercials taken down because they're not woke enough. That's all they're doing.
Correct. They don't want to be.
Yeah.
So culture.
That's the fucking problem right there, is that they have to do this to sell their fucking stupid product. and they're paying millions of dollars for their commercial time, so they have to make sure it's woke enough. Otherwise, somebody's going to get upset. Next thing you know, half the country wants it to take it off, and they have to apologize, which is the dumbest fucking thing on the planet. Steven seems to think I'm more like Ralph Cramden. I don't believe in get rich quick schemes, and you know, I do bang Zoom my wife once in a while. I do. I'll say bang Zoom to her. All right, we're out of time, thankfully. I'm gonna go do something. Probably sit in the chair and stare at the TV, I guess. I don't know. Matt, any last words for tonight?
Yeah, one of these days, Jerry. One of these days. To the moon.
Yep. Yep. How about you, Nick?
Well, Matt stole my thunder, but
Yeah.
how about bonsoir, bonsoir, my friend.
Bonus soirees, my fairies. That's nice. I think Gabe, Nick may be gay. We don't know. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So,
En français.
guess we'll be back Wednesday where we'll have a new president, or everybody will be saying he's not my president like we did under Obama, when in reality he is your president, and it's just fucking sad. Maybe, if we're lucky, somebody will watch it and find out all the things he fucked up in his speech, and we'll get a good laugh out of it. Who knows? Anyway, we're back Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a great night. Good rest of your day tomorrow.